right, so today I'm just going to touch base on knobology. So right now I'm looking at the common carotid artery. Few things you want to know when you're imaging, doing color Doppler, spectral Doppler, whatever you're doing. TGCs. What is your TGCs? You know your TGC is based on, it's quite depth specific. You're changing the gain at different depths, so I can do different things with my gains at particular depths, okay? But I'm going to just go ahead and center that TGC at this point. Focus, I can move my focus up and down. Focus is also pretty much telling your machine, focus at this area. The beam is narrower, thereby it's a lot more intensity at that segment with actually not increasing the power to the patient, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do is just pretty much go straight into Doppler at this point. So when you're using color Doppler, this is, I'm going to go ahead and put color on this image. As you can see with this mid CCA, I have color. The CCA is red, again, because we're doing an arterial study. But you would see that at this case, the red is up top, the blue is in the bottom. When you have red up top, that means your flow is going towards the transducer, as you can see in this case. How do I know? Red is up top. But another thing is this. This is the carotid. Blood is flowing towards the brain. The brain is here. This is the head of the patient. Blood is going this way. But then I have my box steered this way, meaning the box is steered opposite the direction of flow. So that is a positive Doppler shift. But one thing you would notice as well is if I decide to steer this box, as I go towards the distal CCA there, I'm going to turn up my color again, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. You can see in this case that now blood is going towards the brain. The box is steered this way. Okay, you can see that, and I had a recent video on YouTube on this as well. So box is going this way, flow is going this way, box is going this way. You can see now that the box and color is going the same direction. That is a negative Doppler shift. The red is in the bottom, okay? Now, does it matter how you steer your box? You have to be parallel to the vessel, meaning if I decide to go into pulse wave, I am nice, I can put this gate nice and parallel, right? So you don't care if it's a negative Doppler shift or a positive Doppler shift. The goal is to have your gate parallel to the vessel. So I'm going to come out of that again in a second. Color. When you're using color, you want to make sure that it's not bleeding out like you see here. This is not good. This is not good. But just enough to fill just the vessel. So I turn the color gain down. Now you can see here, you have 40, meaning blood flow going towards the transducer, away from the transducer is at about 40 centimeters per second. If I decide to drop my color scale, which is the PRF scale for color, because I'm in color right now, and you can see that as I drop it, what happens, you have what is called aliasing. Color is aliasing. That is not good. That means you have the blood flow velocity is actually higher than what you have it set on. So again, you want to make sure you up your color scale just enough to make sure you don't have any bleeding. Again, I'm going to turn down my color gain a little bit there, and that's great. Optimal image, okay? Now, I'm going to go into pulse wave. The moment I hit PW, I'm going right into pulse wave. I need to be parallel to the vessel. You can see I'm parallel to the vessel. If I decide to steer the box that way, that doesn't look good because, again, you can see that I just follow that gate. If I go up this way, I'm going to hit the wall. If I go down this way, I'm going to hit the wall. I'm not parallel, okay? And this is just not good flow because, again, you cannot get that laminar flow. And I'm just going to get a pulse wave right about this segment. You can see what that wave looked like, right? Not the greatest. But if I decide to steer it this way, nice and parallel to the vessel, right there, you can see the difference not only in velocity, but you can see it's a lot cleaner, okay? So you want to be nice and parallel to the vessel when you're doing your pulse wave, okay? You want to make sure, again, you have your angle steered correctly. Now let's go ahead back into pulse wave here. Back into pulse wave. Nice and parallel to the vessel. Now, you want to make sure that your scale, it's nothing like this. When you have it like this is called aliasing. That means blood is moving faster than you have it set, okay? So this is what is called, this is an optimal. I'm going to get you an optimal velocity scale here. That's a better velocity scale. Also, you don't want it looking like this, that it's suboptimal, okay? So you want to make sure your scale is nice. I always say about your velocity is about 3/4 of the scale. Okay. Also, another thing with pulse wave is when you're Doppling your vessel, you don't want you don't want this, right? You're going to get a falsely elevated velocity. And also your waveform, falsely elevated velocity, and not only that, your waveform looks turbulent, okay? And then you have all this gray on your velocity scale. That's not okay, okay? So you need to have it pulse wave down. I should be able to see my spectral window as well, spectral window also at that segment. Again, I'm going to, let me fix that velocity there. All right, so that's pretty much basic imaging, when how to pretty much optimize your image when scanning. Remember again, your TGCs, your 2Ds, your TGCs, your 2D gains should be optimal when scanning. Your focus should be at the right segment. Your color gain, your PW gain should all be clean, nice and parallel to the vessel to help optimize your image. So